This is my Chorkies litter. She's the fuzzy one back behind them. That's Starlight. She's 4 pounds, and these puppies, one's going to be her size. The little girl, the little dark girl, she's a Chorkie Chihuahua, so she's 3/4 Chihuahua. Uh-oh. And they were not just turned 9 weeks old, so they're eating good and drinking water good. And in a limited area, they're using a litter pan good. I have a large, carrier for like a German Shepherd, and a full-size litter pan to the back, and their food and water and bedding to the front. And they're going to the litter pan and keeping their bed pretty clean. Sometimes they make a mistake, but as they get better, you can make a bigger area, like a small bathroom or a little puppy pen. And you don't give them the full run of a room yet until they get good at a little bit larger area. And surprisingly, the little girl right there, she's Brindle striped. She's got stripes on her. And the boy is a blue Merle. The mama has blue Merle spots on her rear end, and one right there on her side. I kind of see it a little bit. But she's mostly white, and she looks like a white... Sorry about dropped the camera. She looks like a white Yorkie. Starlight, look here. Starlight. She's busy grooming. There's a little boy. They never stay where you want them to. Usually they're around her. They'll come running back to her, so maybe they will here in a minute. They're over there playing by the dog cage. Crate, dog cage, whatever you want to call it. Now that's the Merle boy. I named him Skywalker and named her Tiger Lily because she's got stripes, of course. But they're not really good at litter pan in a large area like this. This is a pretty big room. But the mother, she likes to go outside to go to the bathroom. That's the way she's trained pretty much. In a crate situation, small crate, she will go to the litter pan. But you see her Merle spot right there. That's her boy, and he's solid blue Merle all over, except he's got a little touch of white on his feet, I think. And she has a white tip on the end of her tail, and she's got stripes on her head and on her side. You can see them. And she's probably going to be around the mama's size, about 4 pounds. My guess is. She could stay smaller, she could get a little bit larger. But he is probably going to be 6 pounds. He's pretty chunky. Right now he's super fat. Super duper fat. You can't even feel his ribs. Mama still tries to let them have milk, or they try to get it from her anyway. But they're eating solid food. They're eating the dry food. I keep that where they can get it all day long, because little dogs have to nibble. They need the energy. And they need the carbohydrates for energy, because as you can tell, they move around a lot. I zoomed this in, and now I'm going to have to zoom it. I don't know if this will work or not. We'll see. Oh, wrong way. Now zoom out. Yeah. Didn't know if that'd work or not with this little camera. But, because they were laying way across the room. Now they're right up on me. And they're still trying to steal milk, so they're super fat. They get mama's milk, they get dry food, plus I soak up food, and in the morning, I give them just a little bite or two of eggs, scrambled eggs. So they've had all the food they want. Plus, there was just 2 pups in the litter, so they were pretty fat already. And Mama's trying to wean them. She growls at them when they try to nurse now, so they're just turned 9 weeks old and they're pretty much ready to go. Of course, little pups like this, you can't be left alone through the day. You have to have somebody to interact with them and watch them, especially if they're just by themselves. And if you got 2 pups or another animal, usually they'll be okay, but they'll have to be in a playpen. At this stage, I usually put them in a playpen, like a human playpen with the mesh sides. Of course, these pups, I don't know if you could keep them in a playpen like a normal human playpen, because they're pretty smart. And I believe they would climb out on the mesh ones, so you might have to use one of those like a puppy pen on them where they couldn't climb out. They pretty much are little dogs in a big dogs in a little package is what I was trying to say. Would you get away from my trash? That's Mama playing with the little girl. That's Starlight. And their daddy was Bullet. And Bullet was the smartest and sweetest boy. He minded me so good. And he was 12 years old. And so he's since, just like a couple of weeks ago, died of old age. So stuff happens to old people, and just like regular people, I call them my people. But anyway, they're 9 weeks old and ready to go. Mama's teaching them how to fight and trying to keep them from nursing. And she's sweet too. She's good-natured. She's not afraid of much. She'll bark a little bit sometimes at things she don't understand or don't know, or strange people, but as long as they put their hand down and want to be friends, she's their friend pretty much. And Bullet was the same way. He might have been standoffish with a stranger, but he would never really get vicious or bark or bite or anything like that. He was sweet. My husband loved him. And it's sad. This is his last litter. He always threw Brindles. A lot of times in his litters, he had the striped puppies. That's because his grandmother was a Brindle. And his dad was a Brindle. His dad had long hair. But these pups, he had short hair. His sort of medium short hair. And so these pups took after him with the shorter hair. But the little girl has some fuzzy stuff on her. Some fuzzy stuff. She's a scrapper when she's playing. Big brother tries to beat her up, but she gets the best of her usually. They're fun to watch. Got to drop this camera. I gotta turn it off.